Wide Family Farm presents.
That's true. Guardian prepping. A fish is in Ma's life. My Aussie gardening kitchen. Garden State Gardener. Ginger Ninja. Gray Man prepping. Buttercup Viper. Bob 942. Mama Bear prepping. Gardener Josh. The Big Blue House Homestead. Prep for it. Sandra Movie. Recyclable Homestead. Ramblin' Rose Homestead. CB. Hedgehog Homestead and Warren Lewis in the house. Do Kitchen and Beyond. Skinner Farms. Yosi. Big Chap. Nana's Menagerie. Heaven's Essentials. Bull Battle Junkie. Backwood Blog. JFM. Chatio. Mary's Ranch. Red Road Homestead. Cosmic Cultivators. Mrs. Cosmic Cultivators, grillin' and chillin' with Mojo. A&A's Family Homestead, Ariel's Bucking Ventures, and Victor. M. Piedmar, King Puma, Bountiful Harvest, Abby, Trish Wiley, Wiley Living, Virginia Roots, Flax Tropical Homestead, Simply Crazy Life. Gardener Leah Digs Outdoors. Mountain Grandma Gear Grinding 19. Idaho Garden Girl Laura B. Matt J. The Bee Lady Apiary. Blue Farm. Gotcha Grid. Apocalyptic Lake Ferry. Lone Stars Lounge. Roy Hayes. Susie Jacobson. Greenwich Homestead.
Zombie Prepper.
Springfield Ridge Farm. Bandel Homestead. Cameron Hislop. Grammy Karen. Bailey Nutcher. Cat on the Prowl Creations. Kelly Ray. Purple Tea Bear. Pigskin Blitz. Operation Capsaicin. Will It Grow? Best Yet Journey. Food by Faith. Backbeat Rhythm. Hope X3. Nana's Crazy Life. Kathy Bates. Axe. SOR with Christy. Klingon Princess. Cindy B. Bigfoot Walking. Arkansas Living.
All right, here I am. And there we go. Sorry, couldn't see what I was doing. Hey, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Wide Family Farm. We have Bountiful Harvest Abby on the show. I'm so excited. Hey, Prepper 101, good to see you. Hey, everybody. Let's see who's all up in here. It looks like we got Gear. We have Gardener Josh, Bruce, and Uncle Al. And, of course, Abby's in the house. Blue. Kaylin, thank you for being here. And Huga. And Fishes. Love you, Fishes. Thank you for being here. Prepper 101, thank you. Thank you. It's good to see everybody. And I thought I would take this time to interview Abby because she's freaking awesome, for one. If you guys haven't seen any of her stuff, I would totally get over there and watch some of her stuff because she is a young gardener and it's super impressive. Hey, WTF Mike. Good to see you in here, dude. How you been? I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, so, man, I wish I had that champagne that you just put out there right now. Yeah, I'm all about that. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna go ahead and bring Abby up. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and get started. And there she is. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Oh, your phone's bleeping.
Oh,
You sound like you're what is that movie Hellboy where the guy is like walks around like he's a fish? And he, like, yeah, that's what you sound like. You sound like a fish.
is it better now?
It's a little bit better. I don't know. Can you guys hear her out there? Because I can hear her just fine, but I don't think normal people would be able to hear her as well. I don't know. Try talking one more time.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah. You're still very fishy.
okay.
Do you want to come out and come back in and see if that makes a difference?
Oh, yeah, sure. Same way.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be here. So let's just, see what it does, okay?
If I can leave.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
the button's not.
Yeah. She doesn't have a laptop. All she has is her phone. So we're gonna try. Whoa, I hate that. Whoa. So we're gonna try and get her back up here and see if that works. If not, then it's no big deal. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody when they come in. I appreciate y'all for being here and hanging out with us this evening. Susie Jacobson, I love when you send me a message every day. That's freaking awesome. Thank you so much for your encouraging words. I love you. All right, now let's try this. Can you hear? Really? What's that? Hello? Yeah, that's not working either. Hey, Cosmic. I'm sorry, Abby. And I mean, I don't know what we can do. Are you near your router or your Wi-Fi box or something? Because I know the closer I got to when I just did this on Wi-Fi, the closer I got with my phone to my Wi-Fi box, it was better. It wasn't 100%, but it was better. Oh my god, that's so funny though. I'm not trying to laugh, but it's funny. Oh. Yes, Mike. She does. She does. Sounds like a cow. That's right. Oh, poor Abby. I don't know what we can do. I mean, the only thing I can tell you is try to refresh and come back in again, and we'll give it another shot. Sounds like your farm. Oh Lord. Poor girl. Abby, you sound like you are a yeah. Try a payphone. I don't think payphones exist anymore, do they? For the longest time in my high school, though, we found it so odd. We had one payphone and it didn't have a phone on it. It's very strange. Okay, can you try and talk now? That is so weird. It was definitely not even anywhere near doing that before. It's just weird. I don't know. Yeah, I feel bad. Okay, so we might have to do this another time. I don't know. You usually don't have a problem doing live streams, do you, Abby? You don't usually. That's so weird. Yeah, I don't think she does, Mike. Sometimes Wi-Fi just doesn't work, guys. Like, it does, but not for stuff like this. You have to hardwire. It's definitely not working. Oh my god, you sound like Dory. I'm so sorry. Oh. I don't know, honey. That is so weird. Yeah, I might consider it, but I don't have a Skype account open on this computer, so it would take me forever. Go with it. It's super funny. Aw. Poor Abby. I'm sorry, Abby. I really wanted to do this tonight, but I don't know if we can or not. It's so weird because I could hear you before, so this is totally new. Yeah, I don't really know what to do at this point. So, oh, we lost her. No, gift from 2001. Aw. I'm pretty sure she wanted to do this too, so that's kind of sad. I definitely won't be able to talk. Well, I probably could. I mean, I talk a lot, so I could probably talk to the wall, but I would like to. Yeah, I can do that. Let me message her real quick. And see if that makes a difference. I am going to. And see if that works. See if she even gets it. I don't know. Prepper. I'm just waiting for her to get me back. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not really good at Instagram, so, and I think I just put it on silent mode by accident and gave her a heart. That was nice. Oh, Lord. There she is again. We'll give it another shot. Yes, I can hear you now. I know I can. That's a normal sound.
Okay, testing.
Oh, sweet. We got you back. You were doing this before, and then when you came back in, it was not good, and I don't understand it. So, whatever. We got you now, so.
That's good.
Awesome.
I just restarted.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you. And I just, just to basically ask you some questions and get you out there. If you guys, any of the moderators out there, if you can put her link in the chat, that would be great. And then that way people can subscribe to Abby, the Bountiful Harvest Abby. And so, Abby, where exactly or how exactly did you start gardening?
So it all started when I was like 12, my interest in gardening. I live on a farm, and my dad and grandma both like did farmers market and gardening. So I guess that's kind of an answer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. So your farm, is it something that's it's been in the family for generations, or?
So yes, my dad like does row crops
Okay.
on family land, but when I was like 8, he bought the farm we live on now, and it's touching the rest of the properties.
Oh, nice, nice.
Mhm.
How many animals do you have on your farm? I know you had like peacocks, didn't you? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Excuse me. So we did have peacocks, but something got to them, so but we have one sow, a mama pig, with 2 babies right now. And my sister has probably 13 goats. Um,
Nice.
yeah, she shows them.
Are they milk or just meat?
Um, they're boars, so they're more meat. She does have one dairy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Link is in the
Um,
link.
yeah.
Um, sorry, I just saw that. I was like, what? It's like threw me off a second. Um, okay, so how difficult? I mean, we thought about getting peacocks. You have to have like what do they call them, a terrarium for them because they can just fly wherever they want. They're kind of
Hang on,
stupid,
it's a
right?
little fuzzy. Hang on.
No.
Could you repeat that question? Sorry.
I said we wanted to get peacocks, but we didn't because you have to have like an terrarium, like you have to have them in something, like a giant cage. If not, they will just fly away and get eaten. So we just never did it. How difficult is it to raise peacocks?
Okay, I'm really sorry. It's really choppy a little bit. So I think you're asking asking about peacocks.
Yes.
Okay, it was my headphones. I just took them out. Sorry.
It's okay. No, you're fine. How
Um,
how difficult is it to raise peacocks?
okay, so um I'd say it's just like any other bird, like a duck. They don't get really tame. I mean, you could make them tame, but you just feed them, water them, stuff like that.
So
Um,
they're not really difficult. Like you can't touch them or pick them up or anything. They're kind of nasty, aren't they?
uh, I wouldn't say they're as nasty as ducks, but they're pretty wild, yeah.
Hmm.
Um, but the big thing is keeping them safe from predators and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it'd be cool to have some peacocks with their
Yeah.
giant feathers. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So do you show are you in 4-H or is your sister in 4-H? Do you
Yeah.
show you are?
So yeah, I'm in 4-H. I used to show swine, which is hogs and pigs.
Yeah. So you got did you whack them on the butt with the
Yeah,
stick?
with the whip. Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell I've been to several 4-H things because my stepdaughter was in 4-H and so she showed rabbits
Oh
and
yeah.
turkeys. Actually, we did several turkey shows and it was quite interesting and a lot of fun. I want Fred to do that. Like that's
Yeah.
but unfortunately with our fair here, you can't have heritage breeds. You can
Oh.
only have meat birds. So we would have to get meat birds and raise them and then he would have to show them. But it's really cool how they do that and how they judge them. And they flip them upside down and it's super cool. So it's a kind of a really cool experience. I did it like 2 years in a row. I actually have video on my YouTube page about it. And the auctions and stuff like that. I mean, some of the ducks and stuff have went for like $2,000. So, and some of the swines, some of the pigs at the fair, they really get bidded on, and I mean they'll go up clear to $10,000 for a pig. So it's pretty insane
Yeah.
what the parents do for their kids. So, but it's pretty neat. So do you show rabbits or anything like that?
Um.
Or
So we just got meat rabbits, and I think my brother's gonna show them. I don't really have an interest in rabbits much. They're cool creatures, but mainly I just show my dog. Not really livestock anymore.
oh, okay, you're allowed to show your dog at the fair. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's not a state fair. This is our county fair.
Yeah, that's what it is here. We have a county fair.
Uh-huh.
It's actually in my county and it's been there for hundreds of years, which is pretty
Wow.
cool. A couple
Cool.
hundred years actually, I think. So yeah, it's pretty neat. And yeah, so okay. So what is your interest then? What do you think you might show?
So if I did go back to showing livestock, I would definitely show swine. I thought about like cattle. I found that kind of interesting. I don't know if I'd like it, but I'd like to try it, you know.
Yeah. What kind of cows do you have on your farm?
So we don't have like fancy cows. I'm not
Hmm.
actually sure what kind they are. They're black.
Oh, okay. They're not.
Um,
Are they Black Angus? Are they Black Angus? That's kind of weird if they are.
I
Like,
don't
cause
think
I.
they're
Okay.
Angus, no. We
I
do.
know there's several different types. I know, like, we thought about getting Dexter because they're smaller.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I don't know if we will get one or not.
Uh,
Something
I,
to think
s-
about.
I see Carol said what kind of dog. I
Oh,
have a chocolate lab. Yeah, he's. I'm addicted to chocolate labs now. He's a good dog. Um, but I think we do have a few Herefords we just bought. I think we might show them. Not sure.
hmm. Huh. Interesting.
Mhm.
So okay, has your sister or you won? What kind of ribbons have you won in the 4-H?
So we get a lot of blues. I did get Grand Reserve once. That was with a spot hog. The breed was spot. It's kind of weird, but yeah. And at the state fair once, I actually we got a rosette. I don't know if
Hmm.
it. Do you guys have rosettes?
Not really.
Oh, so that's like state like. So we had a boar hog that got state at the state fair.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, that was pretty good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we every year we have a person that has it's a heritage breed turkey actually, and they win like all different kinds of prizes, but our county fair just doesn't allow them,
Hmm.
which is really really strange. I think it's because they just really don't know how to judge them.
Uh,
Um, and there's probably really not a whole lot of people interested in them. They just go with what they feel is right and at the
uh,
moment, but it'd be kind of cool to get more heritage breeds in there.
yeah,
Um, especially since we're raising on the Royal Palm. So, something to think about, you know?
yeah. So my brother showed Barred Rock. Like
Oh,
it was called a pair. He had like a rooster and a hen. 'Cause the rooster was like it looked so immaculate and everything. But while they were in the pen, a few tail feathers got messed up, and so he got a little points taken off. But
hmm,
it was pretty interesting. It was our first chicken show.
that's cool. Yeah, I've never shown a chicken, but I always love going and looking at all the chickens.
Mhm.
Um, like they had the black, what is it? Samani. Oh my God. I
Uh,
want one so freaking bad. Unfortunately, they're like $300 or $400 a bird, but they lay those, really, really dark, like the darkest brown egg you can possibly
uh-huh.
see, and they're, like, all black, and actually, if you eat one, their skin is like, they're black. Their bones are black.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's a really, really, really cool, chicken. Kinda looks like Satan, but that's cool. But I've always wanted to get one, and I don't know if you order them the eggs online are super cheap, and you can hatch them yourself. It's just not a
Oh,
guarantee that you're gonna get a
yeah.
bird. So I would love to do that, and then you can get a bird for like 25 bucks. That would be
Yeah.
kind of cool, you know,
Now
something to think about.
do you have an incubator?
Yes, yes, we have
Oh,
several. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've, incubated a lot, but I prefer the natural way because your chickens turn out to be a lot hardier
uh-huh.
when they are naturally,
Yeah.
sat on. So, but anyway, what kind of chickens do you have at your farm?
So we usually only have like one breed, mainly like for eggs.
Mhm.
And that's usually Rhode Island Red. Um, but my brother got into chickens, so we have like Silkies, Barred Rock is another laying one. I'm not sure what all he has. He has a lot of like mixed, and people give him eggs all the time to hatch. So it's
Oh, cool.
I'll have to make a video of his interesting looking chickens one day.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We have bird rocks here as well, and they lay like a beautiful brown egg. And
Yeah.
yeah, and they're pretty cool. They're not my favorite bird. They're kind of feisty and nasty.
Yeah.
Um, but they get along really well because I have 7 males, so they fight them off pretty well. And that's the reason why I got so many barred rocks to begin with, because I had 5 males starting out, and then we hatched some, and then somebody gave us back one, so we didn't. We just got way too many male
Yeah.
chickens. So Abby has peafowl. Yes. Do you have peafowl? My husband says.
Quail, yes.
Yes.
We used to.
Used to?
They stopped laying, so we let them go. But since they were domestic, they didn't live long.
Oh, okay.
Just my brothers didn't want to kill them, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I understand that.
yeah.
It's hard. It's hard with the small ones too. I feel horrible about that.
And about the barred rocks, ours like fly out so much. And they're like heavy birds compared to our others, so
Yes. They're so nasty to collect eggs from. They about eat your hands off.
yeah.
Yes. You stick your hand in there, you come back with no fingers. Usually, I got lavender Orpingtons and I have Polish. And when, like, for the first time ever, I saw my Polish hen sit on eggs, and that's like that's a rare thing. They hardly ever go broody. And I would just stick my hand in there and lift up their body a little bit and grab their egg, if I didn't want them to hatch them out. And they were fine. In fact, some of them would go like make a noise like like they were all like excited that I was there. And then I tried to do that with a barred rock, and it just was not happening. They were so nasty. It was like ridiculous. But yeah, it's so much fun, and to raise them. And yeah.
Have you ever raised like meat birds, like meat chickens?
No, I have not, and that's something that I definitely want to do. I think going into spring is I definitely want to raise meat birds. For the first time, I know this is so strange, but for the first time, I cooked a whole chicken like a month or so ago.
Oh wow!
I've never cooked a whole chicken before, so I cooked one. I was like, yeah, I'm like, this wasn't too bad. Like I could probably do this, no biggie.
Yeah.
So I really want to do that. So that's something we're definitely going to consider. And we have a really huge freezer now, so for meat and stuff like that for the birds. And so that's something I'm definitely going to consider.
Yeah. So a tip for us on the meat birds is we got like 50, and so we weren't gonna butcher them ourselves. And you cannot wait past like the time when they need to be butchered.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to make sure you get an appointment like prompto.
Yeah. Yeah, because if not, they can die.
Yeah, they die, yeah.
Yeah.
Ours got some kind of disease when it was my job to care for them. So I can't remember what it was called, but they like pooped blood and everything.
Huh. I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called though.
A parasite, I think, in their poop.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it's like from not cleaning their water enough. But their combs turn really pale and stuff.
Yeah, I want to say it's Mares or Merrick's. Merrick's.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We just knew like the fancy name for it, and I can't remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, the best thing, well, from what I was told, is to keep that away, is to make sure you put DE in their food and make sure you give them apple cider vinegar in their water.
Yeah, so that's another thing. I stopped giving them like their minerals in their water, and that's when it started happening.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, you gotta be really careful with that because sometimes if you get a disease like that, specific birds, like if you get that, you can never have chickens again because
Oh,
you get that in their chickens and it doesn't go away, like stays everywhere. Like it's really
yeah,
hard
it's
to,
in the dirt.
yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't put chickens in the same coop for a while. We cleaned it out and everything. We put goats in there, but apparently, larger livestock can get it too, but it's not the same strain, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really confident on that, but
Interesting.
what I heard.
So what is it like? How do you do your garden every year? You do it 100% yourself, right?
Yes, mostly. Like, I need someone to drive the tractor because no one trusts me to drive it.
That's okay. Nobody trusts me to mow the lawn, so
Not,
it's okay.
yeah, not that I'm a bad driver, just I'm scared of heights and I've driven a tractor, just not like all the things to put the tiller down,
Hmm.
complicated stuff. But one day I hope to learn. So either my grandpa or my dad does that. And then I pretty much do it by myself now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. What are your garden plans for this year? And I don't know if you want to. Have you ever considered joining Shed Wars? Are you going to join Shed Wars?
Yes, so right when it started I guess last season, I really, really wanted to join. And I'd still consider it now. Um,
That's
I'm not,
cool.
yeah, I'm not confident. But my plans for this garden season is I have my garden like that took up like a lot of ground space.
Hmm.
I'm not going to be using that anymore. I'm actually doing all raised beds now.
Oh, that's exciting. That's
Yeah,
exciting, Abby. That's
yeah,
cool.
so oops, sorry.
No, you're fine.
So we have an old patch of concrete and I'm like no weeds. So I'm going to start like building beds and stuff next to my greenhouse.
Hmm.
So really looking forward to that. It's definitely going to be like a fun challenge.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I'm so happy for you. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna like it. Raised bed is totally different from growing in the ground. There are some things I prefer to grow in the ground. Tomatoes is one of them. Peas are one of them. Just because of how big they get and stuff like that. But for
Yeah.
the most part, like raised bed is awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think it definitely helped me. I knew nothing about raised beds, but like the YouTube community, it's just so nice to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to do this year. I'm going to maximize my space as much as possible, and I'm
Mm,
going to be doing like a lot of square foot gardening.
yeah.
That's my plan. We have found from last year that you definitely need both raised bed and ground. Yes, you do, and for certain situations too.
Mhm.
Like I should have definitely put my squash in the ground instead of in my raised bed
Oh,
um, because it just took over everywhere. It was ridiculous. It was like Little Shop of Horrors. It's
so
crazy.
what kind of squash are you talking? Like,
Shoot, butternut squash.
oh, butternut.
Yeah,
So what about like zucchini and yellow squash?
I grew zucchini, but I
Mhm.
didn't grow the Black Beauty. I grew the Denise, which is like just those round little 8 ball ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that worked out good because what I did is I chopped it off and I carved it out and I made spaghetti out of them
Oh.
and then put cheese on top and then threw them in the oven. Yeah, it worked out pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah, have you tried spaghetti squash?
I've never had it. That's something I would like to
Yeah.
try.
So a few people have sent me spaghetti squash and I bought some, so I really should try it.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
something to try. Yeah, for sure. I think it was my brother told me that the spaghetti squash though it can get soggy, so you really have to make sure it's not as wet
Uh-huh.
because it's like completely different than noodles, so you have to make sure that it's not soggy. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's something I would definitely consider. for sure. So, okay, what are your garden plans for this year? What exactly are you going to be planting in your garden this year?
So I'm like a tomato fanatic. I can't have tacos and burgers without tomatoes. So lots of tomatoes, and I really want to make like salsa and pasta sauce without like the packs you get of season
Hmm.
for canning. I'd like to just like cut the peppers and onions myself, you know.
Hmm.
So that's one of my goals is to can stuff without using any pre-mix stuff.
Yeah.
So so peppers, basil, onions, tomatoes.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Just
try.
like your typical like garden stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing spectacular. Like not. I'm not saying that's not spectacular, but
Yeah.
nothing like different.
So I am gonna try more herbs. I've never really grown herbs.
Hmm.
Like oregano, thyme,
Yeah,
cumin.
that's something that you'll probably want to dedicate one bed for.
Yeah.
Because oregano and thyme and stuff like that, it comes back every year. I have an entire bed just full of spicy hot oregano, and it comes back every year. So I just have a ton of it.
Yeah. So another goal for this spring is for me to make seasonings. I'm
Yeah.
kind of new to that. So I planted a lot of garlic because we use tons of garlic powder and salt.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get a dehydrator soon.
Oh, that'd be great. What I mean, do you have an idea of what you want to get as far as your dehydrator
Um,
goes, or
so I looked at the brand that you told me, but I can't think of the name it's called. But it's the same one you have. I think it might have less trays though.
oh, okay. Yeah, I have the Excalibur 9 tray dehydrator.
Um,
Honestly, though, I don't really use it for herbs that much.
oh.
The best thing that I have found to do
Mhm.
is I put them on a cookie sheet. I wash them up really good and do what I need to do to them. I put them on a cookie sheet with a paper towel, and then I cover them, and then I just kind of leave them on my table for like a week until
Oh.
they're crispy, and then that's it.
Yeah, so for my basil, I just hung it up in my room.
Yeah,
And because I did like a ton this year of basil, but I want to do more still.
yeah,
So would you still do garlic in a dehydrator? Like,
yes,
I
yes.
can't imagine how you wouldn't, but
Yeah, what I did is I took it and I put it in a food processor. I chopped it up really good, put it in a food processor, and then I laid it out on baking sheet, and then I put it in the dehydrator when it was like cut up real fine, and then that way it didn't take 100 years to dehydrate. It took just a little bit of time. And that's how I did it. However, you got to be really careful when you put onions or garlic or anything in your dehydrator. Like I put onions in it, and I don't mind the smell of onions. I love onions. However, I completely choked out everybody in my house. So,
yeah, my family might hate me after that.
yeah.
So I was thinking, have you ever heard of drying or dehydrating the carrot stems? Like to make a carrot seasoning for soups and such?
I thought about that, but I cannot picture myself. Um, I just can't picture myself eating the tops of a carrot.
Oh,
So I've never tried it. Is it good?
I haven't tried it. That's what I want to do this year too. I have a lot of stuff, you know.
That's interesting. Yeah, I would like to try it, I guess. I never thought about making it into a seasoning. I
Mhm.
guess that would be pretty good. Wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
So it's something I definitely would consider. And in fact, the more I think about it, I think they do that for chicken noodle soup. They
Yeah.
use the carrot tops for that.
So another thing, I don't know, have you grown loofahs?
Yes, I have. The year before I had 46 loofahs.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's becoming more of a popular thing now.
Yeah.
Um, but I really want to master my soap making and then use the loofah in it, so it's
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that
yeah,
before.
better lather. So
Yeah, I've actually seen it where they put the soap on the loofah. Like, have you seen
Yeah,
that? Where, like,
yeah,
it's the loofah's over here and then the soap's here and they combine them? That'd be kinda cool.
yeah.
I think I would like to do that. But I had such a hard time, um, getting my loofahs to dry out. That's where I had a problem. I put them all in my greenhouse. I thought they would dry out in there. They just didn't really dry out, and they were really hard to open. I had a really hard time opening them. I got a ton of seeds out of them, though.
Yeah.
Um,
So did you cut them off the vine before you let them dry?
I had to because
Oh,
it was, like,
rainy.
like, a week before the frost.
Oh.
And I didn't realize this either. It takes like 112 days to grow a
Oh.
loofah. So if you wanna grow one, you gotta get one started, like, now. And they took like, they're really slow.
Mhm.
So it was like October. It was I started them in January, and it took till October to actually get loofahs, and when they did come, they were huge. I had tons of them. They just didn't have enough time to dry on the vine.
Oh, yeah.
It's really annoying, and because I really wanted them, but
So, how many loofah grew on like one plant?
a ton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had 2, and it almost took over the entire garden. They were, like, stretching 3 or 4 rows down to, like, my tomato lane. Like, it was ridiculous. They were everywhere. My husband was getting mad because they were, like, growing in his tomatoes. So, but yeah. Um Yeah. Oh, Uncle Al says they're good to eat. Yeah, if they're young, you can eat them, but I don't think I'd want to. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So another thing that I'm gonna try and grow is more cut flowers. So,
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard, but I ordered plugs, like geranium plugs that are flowers.
Oh, okay.
So that I can learn for next year just how it works.
Mhm.
Because next year I'm trying to like sell flowers from our
Oh,
big
nice.
greenhouse.
Nice.
So I'm like gonna have a stand this summer, and I'm thinking like I could just have a cut flower stand too, you know?
Oh, yeah, totally. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, so my brain thinks entrepreneur all the time. And
I
it's
don't
it's
well,
almost
that's good.
a nuisance.
Well, that makes sense, and I'm so happy for you that you do that because it's so cool. Actually, my brain thinks like that too. I was just like that when I was your age. So yeah, I completely understand. Um but yeah, so that'd be really cool. I wanted to grow and sell my own flowers, and I sold quite a bit last year.
Mhm.
We have a huge flea market here in Amish country, and so I went and sold a lot of my me and my husband actually. My husband sold a lot of his tomato plants, and stuff like that. And I did sell a lot of my herbs, and I'm really good at growing herbs. So what I really want to do is make I did a couple last year, for people that I knew, but I would like to make herb baskets so
Oh,
that people can put, like a hanging it's like a hanging basket, but you put a bunch of herbs in it.
oh,
So I had, like, oregano and thyme and lovage and,
yeah.
I had, like, a bunch of stuff in there, and, I purple basil was really cool in there because it looked really pretty.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of like something that I think people would like, specifically my aunt because
Mhm.
she doesn't garden, but she likes to have fresh vegetables. So the fresh herb basket was like up her alley. That's something that she really liked. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so that's pretty cool, Abby, that you want to do that. And I really hope that you are extremely successful at it. And that's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Um, so yeah, I tried to grow okay, my aunt really likes begonias, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I I was gonna grow begonias from seed.
Oh.
I was completely unaware. Let's just say that. I was so unaware. They are so small. They were like it was dust. It was dust. I was planting dust. I was. They came in a capsule, like a little pill capsule, and it was like this big. And I was like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "These are so small." I'm like, "I'll just get my tweezers and I'll get them out of there." Yeah, right. There was none of that. So I put them on a like white piece of paper so I could see them, and then I just kind of pressed my finger into them to plant them because I couldn't you couldn't pick them up. You couldn't
Uh,
pick them up at all. It was ridiculous. But I did get quite a few to grow, and when they did grow, they were really hardy. Like I grew them for my aunt because my aunt really likes
that's
begonias.
that's nice.
And it took them forever to actually get flower heads on them. I think they got
Uh-huh.
flowers like at the end of May, and I started them in January.
Oh wow. So did you
So
fertilize them or anything?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you fertilize them or anything?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to be careful though when you fertilize seedlings. Like you can't over
Yeah.
fertilize because they're so stinking small. So you have
Yeah.
to be really careful. But yeah, it was ridiculous. I never seen anything like that in my life. And there was 30 seeds in there. Yeah, right. That's all I have to say about that. I was like, "Are you serious? There's 30 seeds in this thing?" It was like, wow. It was interesting. I don't think I'll be doing that again. I know she wanted me to,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that again. It was a big pain in the butt, and all it did was take space away from my grow room. So, um, but yeah. So, have you ever grown anything extremely small?
Um, like seeds
Yeah.
wise, not really. I
No.
did get some like herb seeds. Oh, I did try and grow lavender once, and it was miserably failed. I tried twice actually.
Hmm.
And I don't know what kind of lavender. I think it was lavender Vera. And I had to like germinate it in a paper towel and everything. And it just died once it grew in the pot. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That process is called chitting.
uh,
And I chitted a lot of seeds last year.
mhm.
I chitted my Brussels sprouts and my celery because the
So,
seeds were so small. So you just like put them in a damp paper towel and you put the seeds on there and then you put them in the dark. You put them in the dark and you watch them, like in 5 days, you take a look at them to see if they've sprouted. And then if they sprouted, then you can go ahead and put them in the soil.
oh, okay.
And
So I,
that process is really easy, and a lot of people do that, and FYI, when you grow loofahs, you're gonna wanna do that process because
oh,
you can't just throw them in the ground. You have
so,
to chip them.
so did you, oh man, I lost my, oh, did you put it in the refrigerator?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, the lavender, I think, told me to put it in the fridge,
Okay.
but it was still dark. I don't know.
Hmm,
It
that's
worked,
interesting.
but, you know, I,
Yeah. I actually learned that process from Terry King.
oh,
I'm a huge fan of Terry King, and every once in a while he'll come in my chat, and I get really super excited because I'm like I fangirl
yeah.
over that. But he comes in my chat sometimes, and he's in Shed Wars, but he has a huge gardening channel, and the guy is super smart. And so he told us he's like chit your celery seeds, and I did, and when we did that, yeah, thanks, Gear. He told me to do that, and when I did that, like, it was great. My celery, I had 12 pounds of celery. I chopped them all up. I put some of them in the freezer, and I used most of them when making my tomato juice. I
Oh,
put them in my tomato juice like I kind of made a B8 juice, you know?
mhm.
So I had a lot of celery. Oh my God, it was hell trying to pull it out of the ground. It really was. It was like, whoa. That I didn't realize how hard it is to pull celery out of the ground. I took
Yeah.
everything I had to pull it out. And I had was cutting the roots. The roots on a celery is like a tap root and it's long and it's really hard and it goes all the way down, kind of like a dandelion root.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm never gonna get these out of here. It's like horrible. But I got them all out because I wanted to plant my beans and stuff because I had those in since January. And I was like, man, I want to pull these out. And I couldn't, like, it was horrible. And it was like
Yeah.
90 degrees that day. It was hot. was like, I was so frustrated. But I got all of them out of the ground. We got 12 pounds of them, and we used them for sure. It was really awesome. I tried to plant that pink celery that Baker Creek has. I was like kind of infatuated with it because it was pink. I was like, I want to really grow this. And I grew it and it went to seed. It was really, really fickle. And I was kind of mad, but I did have that backup plan and I grew the white Chinese celery. And that was my backup plan. And that actually, those did better than the pink.
Oh.
Yeah. So
another thing that I've never grown before is like cabbage or like romaine heads. So I've just done like loose leaf spinach and lettuce. So I'm kind of excited about that because I won't have to pick it as often.
yeah.
But if I could turn my camera on backwards, I could show you this like plan I made for my greenhouse business.
Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and take a look if you want to.
Okay, I'll try it. Let's see. Yeah, so it's just like something I put together real quick. But if it's not wiggling too much, you might be able to read it. But if not, it's okay.
Yeah, I can barely read that. Hold on, let me make you big. Okay. So what is this?
So this is kind of just like my overall kind of schedule to go by. So this July, like it says, order all plugs in July. Just so I can get what I want flower wise. So these flowers up here, the ones that I want to grow to sell next spring. So I'm like planning way ahead, you know.
Yeah.
So just some like well-known flowers, you know.
That's cool. Geraniums, marigolds, begonias, petunias, pansies. Cool.
Yeah.
Calendula, I see. Comfrey. Oh, are you going to be doing? You have your own calendula salve and comfrey salve, right? And soaps.
Yeah,
Is that all on your website?
Only the calendula salve. I haven't got to incorporate the comfrey yet. So hopefully, I'm gonna wait till it's in the ground this spring and get started real good because it's growing real big in my room. But that's just kind of my plan.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
That's a really good plan to have. Good job.
It's kind of just like a guide. I don't know. But like, it says plastic the greenhouse in August, but we're actually gonna try and do that early summer probably. Just because the plastic, we're gonna at least buy it early summer because it sells quick where we want to buy it. And right now they're not in stock, so yeah.
Interesting.
But a few weeks ago I did a video on the greenhouse, the big greenhouse.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be really fun. So
Aww.
I'm gonna quit my babysitting job and everything. It's like I love the kid I watch, but it's just hard for me to be inside so much and kind of cooped up, you know.
Yeah.
The baby can't go outside or anything, so. But I have something to look forward to, so I'm trying to like catch up on all my school so I don't get behind.
Cindy B had a question. I kind of answered it, but you probably might want to answer it too. She asked, what is the best way to start okra?
Oh, so I've actually never grown okra, but my grandma has, and I help her. I think she soaks hers in water. I'm not really sure. You can talk about that if you want.
When we planted okra, we just directly sowed it into the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I heard some kind of seeds, I think maybe pumpkin, you can like grind it down for faster germination.
Mm,
I'm not sure, but I heard you can do that to some seeds.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think some seeds you can. I tried to grow, what was it, Mayflower? No, what was it? Maypops. Maypops.
Oh.
And I really wanted to grow them. But unfortunately, I mean, it never worked out. But they required that you like soak the seeds for 24 hours. Some of
Uh-huh.
them require that you clip the seed and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, this is like so hard. But it didn't. Then none of them sprouted. And I was like really upset because I really wanted that, but it didn't work out for me, and that's okay. And like I, I'm okay with plants and stuff not working out. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh no, it didn't work out," and like
Yeah.
it's okay. It's like a giant science experiment.
Yeah, that's what I like. You can try new stuff. Might work, might not.
Mm. Let's see. Did you okay, what time is it? Oh, we got about 5 minutes. You guys, do you have and out there, do you have any questions for Abby? Let's see if they do.
Waiting. Um, so I was gonna say, you only grow one tomato variety?
Huh?
Do you only
Yeah, well, this year I am. Typically, we grow multiple different varieties,
mm-hmm.
but that we had issues with blight and stuff this year. So this year I bought a blight resistant type of tomato. It's a hybrid. I do have tons of heirlooms and stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah. So okay, what do you guys? What is chitting? Chitting is a process where you just like you use water to start them. Like I put them on a, you can put them on a paper towel. It has to be damp, not soaked. Just a damp paper towel. You put your seeds on there, and you can put them in a paper, not a paper bag, a Ziploc bag, or you can put them. I put them in like a little Tupperware container, and then you can forget about them for like 5 days and keep checking them. And you check them, and they will sprout. And when they sprout, then you can take a pair of tweezers and you can put them directly in a pot, and then they will get a better start. A lot of times, some seeds are just so small and they're just too difficult to start. And so you need to do that process, and it helps. You can grow in kiddie pools and yes, you can. Yeah, and a lot of people like to see young people do this, Abby. So you're doing a great job, and we really appreciate that.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot. But I think my interest a lot in like horticulture and stuff was like I think my dad wanted me to job shadow a nursery worker,
Hmm.
like a plant nursery, and that was like
Yeah.
so fun, you know. But
Hmm.
and
Big Beef by Johnny Seeds. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get Big Beef. I got Romas.
oh, I love
Um,
big beef. That's a good one.
is it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they didn't have that when I looked. Actually, they didn't have a whole lot of tomato seeds as far as that's concerned. So, um, yeah. So I didn't get that. I just got the Romas, but it's a different type of hybrid Roma. So,
So I don't want to go over your time limit, but real quick, I was gonna say I made a video once and it was like something I learned in biology, which is kind of weird, but I thought it was so interesting and I'm really hoping that I can do that next year. Um, I think my mom said that I could do horticulture as a science, so I'm really looking forward to that. Or I could do botany. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, that'd be actually really cool. I always loved plants and stuff. I think if I had to do it over, I think I'd probably go to school for that because I really like it. I always liked wine, like the grapes and like
Uh huh.
the process of it, stuff like that. Like I think that would be you know, not just working in a greenhouse, but you could work for major companies and,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I just think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something to think about though, for real. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. And you're young enough you can do it. So,
Yeah.
all right guys. It's getting close, and if you have any questions for Abby, put them out there. Blackberry wine is good. All wine is good. I don't really drink a lot of sugar wines anymore. It's all um dry. It's all dry. There's a reason for that. I avoid all sugar at all costs most of the time.
Mhm.
So, um, but yeah, so I don't see any more questions. Horticulture is the way to go, Abby. Yep. Just know you will meet a lot of future pot growers. Well, there you go, too. I mean, that's always something to consider, too. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm not encouraging you or anything like that, but that is, that's going,
Yeah.
that is the future, so that's something to think about, too, growing medicinal
Yeah.
marijuana, not backyard. I'm going to keep this in my closet marijuana. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So something to think about. Is there anything else out there, guys? Any other questions? If not, I'm going to close this up. It is 10:30. Thank you, Abby, for coming on and hanging out with
Yeah.
us tonight. I really appreciate it. And yeah. And we look forward to seeing you in our chats, and we will see you next time. And you don't have to leave as soon as I exit. I'll talk to you for a second.
Okay.
And we will see you all at the after party. Guys, I am picking my comfort food challenge people in the after party. I'm going to set up a wheel, put your name on the wheel, and the wheel will choose you. So hopefully, the word gets out and we get some people in there, so they can see their names being picked. So thank you so much for doing that, and we will then see you Friday morning. Friday morning, it's me and Tammy with the Rebel Canner, and then Sunday I am doing the Comfort Food Challenge at 9:30 p.m. It's right after Garden State Gardener, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is basically like an Iron Chef. Two people have to go against each other to make a grilled cheese sandwich. And we're going to have judges, is Yosi and the Simple Kitchen, and Mojo, Grillin' and Chillin' with Mojo, are going to be the judges for that. And then the winners, or the winner, will get a Lodge cast iron skillet. Or if live, I don't think there's anybody else on the list that's out of the United States. I don't think so. I was saying if you live out of the United States, I could do a gift card, but unfortunately, I really don't think there's anybody that is out of state on the list. I thought Yosi was going to do it. But anyway, we will see you. I believe I started that at 11:15, and we will see you later. And y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming. And I'm waiting to close.